Hi, and welcome to my new YouTube channel, Fortune and Fame Chronicles, where we share everything about luxury and help you experience luxurious lifestyles. Are you fascinated by the luxurious lifestyles of the rich and famous? Do you want to learn how they made their fortunes and how they spend their money? Well, then you have come to the right place. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you the most entertaining educational videos about luxury living, wealth creation, and even money management. We will also be ranking the most expensive things in the world and have a look inside the lives of the wealthiest people on the planet. So just sit back, relax, and indulge in some pure entertainment. And don't forget to indulge in luxury. If you like what you hear so far, please hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to be talking about the amazing Sarah Breedlove, also known as Madam C.J. Walker. I wanted to start off talking about her because it's only fair to give credit where credit is due. And I can say without a doubt that Sarah Breedlove definitely deserves this credit. Sarah Breedlove was the first female self-made millionaire in America. Now, she made her fortune by developing and marketing a line of cosmetics and hair care products for black women through the business she founded, Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company. At the time of her death, she was considered the wealthiest African-American businesswoman and wealthiest self-made black woman in America. Sarah Breedlove's story is an inspiring one that fits perfectly with our channel's mission, which is to bring you the most entertaining and educational videos about luxury living, wealth creation, and money management. She was a true pioneer in her field, and her legacy lives on today. Born on December 23, 1867, Sarah Breedlove was one of 6 children born to Owen and Minerva Breedlove. Her parents were former slaves who worked as sharecroppers on a cotton plantation in Delta, Louisiana. Sarah was the first child in her family born into freedom after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed by President Abraham Lincoln on January 1, 1863. Even though she was born free, Sarah still grew up facing many challenges. She was orphaned at the age of 7 because both of her parents had passed away due to unknown causes. After her parents' death, she went to live with her sister Louvenia. Now Louvenia was married to a man named Jesse Powell, who we know abused Sarah. The details of the abuse are not clear, but we do know it was bad enough for her to get married at the young age of 14 to escape this abuse from her brother-in-law. Sarah married Moses McWilliams, and they had a daughter, Alayla, when Sarah was just 17. But Sarah did become a widow at 20 when her husband died. But despite these hardships, Sarah persevered. She took her daughter and moved to St. Louis, Missouri, where her brothers lived. There, she worked as a laundress and a cook to support herself and her daughter. Now, it was at this time that Sarah began to experience hair loss due to a scalp condition. Even though the name of her scalp condition is unknown, it was likely due to stress, poor nutrition, or even harsh hair care practices. Determined to find a solution, Sarah began experimenting with different hair care treatments and products to help her find a solution to her hair loss. In 1905, she moved to Denver, Colorado, where she worked as a sales agent for Annie Malone, another black woman entrepreneur who sold hair care products. This is how she was able to learn about hair care and eventually develop her own line of hair care products specifically for black women. It was also in Denver that Sarah met her third husband, Charles Joseph Walker. Now, you're probably thinking, third husband? When did she have a second husband? That wasn't mentioned. Well, her second husband was almost not worth mentioning, but I did do some research, and all I know about him is his name is John Davis. They were married in 1894, and they ended up separating because their marriage was not a happy one. Now, let's get back to her third marriage with Charles Joseph Walker. Charles was a newspaper advertising salesman in St. Louis, Missouri. And Charles and Sarah, before you know it, were married in 1906. So in case you haven't put the connection together yet, this is why Sarah Breedlove was eventually known as Madam C.J. Walker. C.J. Walker, Charles Joseph Walker. With his support, she launched her own line of hair care products specifically for black women. She adopted the name Madam C.J. Walker and began traveling around the country to promote her products. Sarah's business grew rapidly. She opened a factory and beauty school in Indianapolis and established Madam C.J. Walker Laboratories to manufacture cosmetics and train sales beauticians known as Walker agents. Her products were sold door to door by these agents who also provided hair care services to their clients. In 1916, Sarah moved to New York City, where she continued to expand her business. And as her business expanded, she became more prosperous. She began to participate in political and social activism. She utilized her wealth and influence to advocate for causes that were significant to her, such as the anti-lynching movement and the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, also known as the NAACP. Additionally, she contributed money to organizations that aim to enhance the lives of African Americans, such as the National Conference on Lynching and the National Association of Colored Women. She was committed to using her success to assist others and make a positive impact on the world. Madam C.J. Walker's company began as a small door-to-door and mail-order business based in Denver, Colorado. And with the help of her husband's marketing skills and her own strong work ethic, the business grew to become a nationwide success, training and employing 20,000 women at its peak. Madam C.J. Walker once said, "There is no royal flower-strewn path to success, and if there is, I have not found it. For if I have accomplished anything in life, it is because I have been willing to work hard." Her words reflect the determination and hard work that went into building her successful business. And as you can see here in this article, she quotes, "I am a woman who came from the cotton fields of the South. From there I was promoted to the wash tub. From there I was promoted to the cook kitchen. And from there I promoted myself into the business of manufacturing hair goods and preparations. I have built my own factory on my own ground." And Sarah's success allowed her to live a life of luxury. In 1918, she built a mansion in Irvington-on-Hudson, New York, called Villa Lawaro, which was designed by Vertner Tandy, the first licensed black architect in New York State. The mansion was considered one of the finest examples of architecture in the country. Now, with such a large mansion, Madam C.J. Walker did employ a number of servants at her mansion, Villa Lawaro. The mansion was specifically designed to house a large staff, which included positions such as a butler, cook, housekeeper, and several maids. And as you've probably guessed it, Madam Walker was known for treating her employees with kindness and providing them with favorable working conditions. Villa Lawaro still stands and was acquired by the New Voices Foundation in 2018, which is very fitting because their aim is to assist women of color entrepreneurs in realizing their vision. They will lead the stabilization of the structuring and planning for its future uses. The National Trust for Historic Preservation reports that the foundation will continue to maintain the estate and plan for its future uses through resourceful leadership initiatives that help women of color entrepreneurs grow. Madam C.J. Walker owned several properties throughout her lifetime, including her mansion, Villa Lawaro, in Irvington, New York. She also owned 2 neighboring townhouses on West 136th Street in Harlem, New York, which were combined into one building that served multiple purposes, part school, part salon, part private home. And as you can see in this picture, here's one of the rooms of the lady sitting in the private home. This townhouse was even designed by the same architect that built her mansion. In 1910, Madam Walker moved the headquarters of the Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company to Indianapolis, where she established a salon, school, and factory for her line of beauty products. Madam C.J. Walker, also known as Sarah Breedlove, passed away on May 25, 1919, at the age of 51 from kidney failure and high blood pressure. Despite being diagnosed with hypertension and nephritis in 1917 and advised by her doctors to slow down her schedule, she continued to work tirelessly until her health forced her to stop. Madam Walker's legacy lives on through her contributions to the beauty industry and her philanthropic efforts. Her legacy also lives on through her company, which continued to thrive under the leadership of her daughter, Alayla. After her mother's passing, Alayla Walker assumed the role of president of the Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company. Alayla was also mainly responsible for managing the company's East Coast operations and expanding the business in New York City. She remained at the wheel of the company until her own passing in August 1931. The Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company continued to operate for several decades after Madam C.J. Walker's death, but eventually closed its doors in 1981. However, her original brand has not been forgotten. In 2013, Sundial Brands, the company behind popular hair care labels like Shea Moisture, acquired Madam C.J. Walker Enterprises. And with the approval of Walker's great-great-granddaughter, Alayla Bundles, Sundial relaunched the brand as Madam C.J. Walker Beauty Culture and began selling products such as shampoos, conditioners, and hair masks exclusively at Sephora. And these amazing products are still available for purchase today. So let's dive into a couple interesting financial facts about Sarah Breedlove, also known as Madam C.J. Walker. When she passed away, her company was worth over $1 million back in 1919, which would be equivalent to a little over $17.5 million today. and her estate was worth $600,000 in 1919, which would be equivalent today in 2023 to be worth a little over $10.5 million. This put her at being the wealthiest African American woman in the country at this time. Sarah Breedlove's story is one of determination, hard work, and success against all odds. She rose from humble beginnings to become a millionaire and a leader in her field. Her story is an inspiration to us all and perfectly embodies the spirit of our channel, Fortune and Fame Chronicles. Thank you so much for watching today, and please remember to hit that subscribe button if you've enjoyed today's video. While it can be fascinating and entertaining to learn about the lives and lifestyles of the famous and wealthy, it's important to remember that not everyone is so fortunate. That's why we've included affiliate links in the description below to help those who may be struggling to pay for rent, food, or even utility bills. By using these links, you can support our channel, and our hope is that it helps some of you that are in need of a little help. Thanks again so much for your support, and thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.